the story of a hyper-intelligent ape, created in a lab by a careless scientist, and that ape's journey, as he discovers that he does not fit into human society, and that mankind views him as some sort of monster. So our ape is forced to rise up and form an army of hyper-intelligent apes to fight back against mankind and the society that once shunned him. I am, of course, describing the Powerpuff Girls movie.
I, Jojo, shall be king of the planet of the apes!
And Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Stupid monkey.
That's right, I'm not kidding. These movies have almost identical plots, like beat for beat. It's actually almost astonishing how many parallels there are.
For too long, apes and monkeys have been under the thumb of man. Well, the time has come to oppose that thumb!
Now, it's worth noting that the Powerpuff Girls movie came out in 2002, and Rise of the Planet of the Apes wasn't released until 2011, so you might say that Rise aped the plot of the Powerpuff Girls movie.
That's funny, huh?
Now, do I genuinely believe that one movie copied the plot of the other one? Maybe.
Stop! Cease! Desist! Do not continue with your ramblings!
I think it's totally possible. Like, the Rise of the Planet of the Apes writers could have seen the Powerpuff Girls movie years earlier, and maybe even subconsciously added in elements of it to their own script.
You're wasting my time.
And I know what I'm claiming is absurd, but hear me out, because I think by the time I'm through with this, you might actually come to agree with me. What up, nerds? I'm Alex Brisson. Welcome to Brisflix, a show where I talk about movies, but maybe the real movies were the friends we made along the way. Aww. The parallels in these films start almost immediately. Both movies open with scenes of a frantic, confused ape running through a science lab. So in both movies, the apes are transformed from regular apes into hyper-intelligent apes due to an experimental lab-synthesized chemical compound.
Chemical X.
It's Chemical X in the Powerpuff Girls movie, and then ALZ-112 in the Planet of the Apes movie, a compound that is intended to be a potential cure for Alzheimer's, but is being tested on apes.
I designed the 112 for repair, but Caesar's gone way beyond that.
So in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, we have Caesar.
Caesar continues to show cognitive skills that far exceed that of a human counterpart.
And then in Powerpuff Girls movie, we have Mojo Jojo.
This brain is full of brilliant ideas.
Both movies have a sort of pseudo-protagonist scientist character, and in both movies that character is like catastrophically bumbling.
There they are!
In Powerpuff Girls movie, we have Professor Utonium. He's shown to be a brilliant scientist, but a bit absent-minded when it comes to real-life things.
All I gotta do is be a good parent. Note to self, good parents don't leave their kids home alone.
And then James Franco's character in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Will Rodman, is sort of the same deal.
You know everything about the human brain except the way it works.
Casting James Franco in this particular role, to me, feels like a huge mistake, because, like, I'm supposed to believe that this man is a brilliant scientist.
I can't take care of a monkey.
He's not a monkey, he's an ape.
He just reads as a dumbass, like he comes across as stupid.
In theory, this therapy can be used to treat a wide range of brain disorders.
I'm having trouble buying him as a brilliant scientist.
Here's his IQ from last year. Since then, it's doubled.
So early on in both films, we have a scene where our heroes are exhibiting their incredible powers around the home. The Powerpuff Girls are flying around, and they even decorate their own room super quickly. And then Caesar, he's swinging across things on the ceiling, climbing around the house. And in both scenes, they are, of course, met with astonishment from their respective father figures.
Plays chess pretty well.
And then this is kind of the last moment of peace we're gonna get, because now they have to go be exposed to the real world and to other children. So Caesar looks out his window and sees some human kids playing next door, so he goes over there because he wants to play with them too, but their dad freaks out.
If I see that animal anywhere near my house or my kids again, it's not dangerous.
And the Powerpuff Girls, they have their first day of kindergarten, and at first things seem like they're going well. They seem like all the other kids like them and they fit in well, but then they play a game of tag and things get a little out of hand. They start using their superpowers and they accidentally destroy their entire school and half the town in the process.
The devastation. Devastating.
So in each film, this is the first time that the characters discover that they don't really fit in with the others around them because they're very different. I wonder what that feels like. I wouldn't know. So in both movies, our heroes are asked to curb their special behavior in order to fit in.
It's your superpowers. I don't think you should use them in public anymore.
James Franco keeps Caesar on a leash like a dog, which Caesar comes to resent.
Are you a pet? No.
At least give him like a harness or something, not just like a little leash around his neck that firstly feels ineffective. You can't keep an ape on a leash. It's stronger than you. And secondly, feels like kind of like weirdly kinky just to see like what looks like a man with a leash and a collar on. So the Powerpuff Girls return to preschool, where they're now outcasts because they destroyed most of the school on their first day of class.
There won't be any recess for a while due to all the reconstruction!
And Caesar is brought to an animal sanctuary full of other apes that's run by Logan Roy and Draco Malfoy, and immediately he finds that the other apes don't get along with him either. So in both films, the father figure drops off our character at these locations and promises that they're going to come back for them.
So I'll be waiting here to pick you up when school gets out.
I'm gonna get you out of here. I promise.
But then doesn't, or at least not for a very long time, leaving our characters feeling like they've been abandoned by their father figure.
He's not coming. He hates us. He totally hates us.
So in both films, our hyper-intelligent apes shoot up a bunch of other apes with hyper-intelligence drugs so that they have a whole army of hyper-intelligent apes.
So Townsville, just what our powers can really do!
Both films have a scene where our scientist character is driving through the city, chasing down their experiments, trying to stop them from destroying town. And in both films, the scientist character is like comically ineffective at doing this.
Girls, no! Wait!
Both movies have a scene where somebody says,
Take your stinking paw off me, you damn dirty ape!
Get your hands off him, you darn dirty ape!
which is of course a reference to the original Planet of the Apes movie.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
And both films feature a scene where our hyper-intelligent ape screams, "No!" Alright, this is a good one. Both films have a scene where our heroes are hiding behind a bus to avoid being hit by a machine gun. That's pretty specific. Come on, throw me a bone here. And so in the end of the Powerpuff Girls movie, the Powerpuff Girls do defeat Mojo Jojo and save the city, and are ultimately accepted by the townsfolks. So the girls find a sense of belonging.
We're sorry, and thank you.
Whereas in Planet of the Apes, Caesar has now taken his army of apes out into the woods, so he's now living among the apes, where he's also not only accepted, but he's kind of like a king among them. So Caesar has also now found a sense of belonging and a home.
Caesar is home.
So a happy ending for both sets of characters. Not for Mojo Jojo. He gets the shit kicked out of him and he goes to prison. And I know there's a lot of you out there that are just gonna say, these are just standard film beats. All movies have the same beats. I know the 8 turns, the hero's journey, I've heard it all. But these movies to me feel similar, not just in the broad strokes, but in the specific moments as well.
That's silly.
Well, I think so too.
Like, is there something to this, or am I just nuts? Let me know in the comments below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. This channel is super close to having more subscribers than my YouTube channel from when I was 14, and I would love to prove that I am better than my 14-year-old self. Psychologically, I need this. It's not that hard. Just click that button. Click that button wherever it is. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.